The villagers of Eldermere never questioned where Lilith had come from. She had arrived as a child, found wandering near the riverbank one stormy night. An old widow, Miriam, had taken her in, raising her as her own. Lilith was different. Not just in the way her raven-black hair shimmered unnaturally in the moonlight or how her emerald eyes held secrets no child should know. It was in the way animals bowed their heads in her presence, how the wind whispered through the trees when she walked by. But nobody truly knew who she was. Not even Lilith. She only knew one thing: there was a darkness inside her. She could feel it in the way her skin tingled when she was angry, in the way shadows moved when she was sad. It frightened her. So, she spent her life trying to be good, trying to drown whatever evil lurked within her. And for years, it worked. Until the day everything changed. It was a quiet evening when the fire erupted. A careless spark in the village square had turned into a roaring inferno, swallowing houses, trapping families. Panic spread as villagers ran, desperate to save their loved ones. Lilith stood frozen, her heart pounding. The air was thick with screams, the smell of burning wood suffocating. She saw a little boy trapped inside one of the collapsing homes, his mother wailing helplessly. Before she knew what she was doing, Lilith ran into the fire. The heat didn't burn her. The flames licked her skin but did not harm her. She pushed forward, grabbed the boy, and sprinted out just as the roof caved in behind her. The village fell silent. Lilith stood, unharmed, in the middle of the scorched earth, the boy clinging to her. The villagers' eyes widened in horror. No one could have survived that, someone whispered. She didn't burn. And then, the priest spoke the words that sealed her fate. She's not human. The whispers turned to shouts. People backed away, crossing themselves. The fire obeyed her. She's cursed. She's the child of darkness. Lilith's breath caught in her throat. She turned to Miriam, her mother, searching for reassurance. But the old woman's eyes were filled with tears and fear. "Tell them it's not true," Lilith begged. But before Miriam could speak, the priest stepped forward. "Your name? Lilith. It is an unholy name. You came from nowhere. The fire spared you because you are born of hell." The truth struck her like lightning. Flashes of memories she never understood now made sense. The nightmares of a shadowed figure whispering to her in her sleep, calling her daughter. The way the darkness had always felt like home. The truth was undeniable. She was the daughter of the devil. They came for her that night. Torches, weapons, rage. Lilith stood in front of Miriam's cottage, her hands shaking. She could feel the power inside her, the same fire that had spared her life. She could unleash it. She could burn them all. A voice inside her whispered, "Do it." But then, she saw them. The villagers. People she had grown up with, the baker who had given her extra bread, the woman who had taught her to sew, the children she had played with. And she saw the boy she had saved, hiding behind his mother's skirts. They feared her. But wasn't fear just another form of pain? Hadn't she spent her whole life fearing herself? She had a choice. To become what they thought she was. Or to prove them wrong. Lilith took a deep breath, stepped forward, and kneeled. She placed her hands on the ground. A warmth spread through the earth, not fire, but something gentler. The ground, scorched from the fire, began to heal. Green grass sprouted where there had been ash. The burned houses stopped smoking, as if nature itself had decided to grant mercy. Gasps filled the air. She looked up, her emerald eyes glowing, not with darkness, but with light. "I am my father's child," she said softly. "But I choose who I become." Silence. Then, the little boy stepped forward. The one she had saved. He walked up to her, hesitated, then reached out, his small hand grasping hers. "She saved me," he said. A ripple of hesitation moved through the crowd. Then, one by one, they lowered their torches. Lilith had not burned them. She had healed them. Maybe, just maybe, she wasn't what they feared. Years passed, and Lilith remained in Eldermere. Some still feared her, but most learned to see beyond what they once believed. She became the village healer, the protector, the one people came to when they were in need. She never denied her origins. She never hid who she was. Because in the end, she had proven the greatest truth of all. It is not where we come from that defines us, but the choices we make. And even the daughter of the devil could choose to be good. Your past does not define you. Your choices do. Even in the darkest of hearts, there is a light waiting to shine, if only you dare to let it.